Alright, so the biology book doesn't have it, the science book doesn't have it, Harry Potter doesn't have it. Why doesn't this art book have anything about the Minoans either? Isn't there anyone who can just tell me everything I need to know about the Minoans? Huh? Whoa. I'm in a field.
Matt, welcome to the island of Crete in 2500 BCE. By the end of today, you'll know everything you need to know about the Minoans.
When you put it that way, let's go.
Okay.
Kings were in charge in the Minoan world. They celebrated a monarchy in which the kings were king gods, which represented the gods on earth. Their kings were peaceful. There was no wars, treaties, courts, or laws. A majority of the decisions were made by a group of priestesses. All trade was controlled by the king, but scribes kept record of everything.
The economy was mainly by trade. They would trade timber, wine, oil, cloth, herbs, and purple dye. And they got copper, ivory, gold, and other raw materials. Their boats were famous for how they cut through the water. The Minoan culture is known to have a snake goddess that represented fertility, but also immortality because the statues that depict her have two snakes in each hand, meaning she's immortal.
The religion was polytheistic and mostly goddesses, and it was also preached by priestesses. Women in this civilization ruled.
They weren't exactly the rulers, but from what historians can tell, in this civilization women were equal or even more powerful than men. The polytheistic religion was mainly of goddesses and guided by priestesses. There was also a high class and low class, but there was hardly a big gap between them.
There were also kings and administrators ruling the society. The Minoans were so peaceful that they didn't even build anything to help defend their city, mainly because it was an island.
The lack of military probably is what made the women so powerful in the society.
So as I said before, they ruled.
You're a guy. Shouldn't you be mad about this?
The Minoans were the ones that created the symbol-based writing system that later adapted to be called what we call Greek. Though the thinkers of this society were more likely the scribes or recorders because in Linear A and Linear B, their writings indicate that they were used as records for storage. The scripts found, Linear A and B, are called Cretan hieroglyphic. Only more than 100 symbols has been identified. This is the invention of the Minoans that later came to be a part of a well-known empire.
The Minoans' art and craftsmanship are really showed off by the palace they left behind. The palace itself is a piece of art with 2 to 3 story buildings and a complex labyrinth of rooms. On their walls, they would paint frescoes, narrative stories, and an art style unlike any other civilization. The Minoans presided on the island Crete, the Aegean Sea, off the coast of what would be Greece. Their island is heavily forested and mountainous, with many natural harbors, which is why they could trade with so many other cities. Eventually, their population grew too large, which caused them to turn to trading to solve most of their economic needs. But a theory states that the Minoans were destroyed by a volcanic eruption that leveled their cities and poisoned their crops.
What are you in my house? Get out!
What? Oh God, not again!
Okay. Women in this civilization and men were equal. Women were priestesses.
The religion was polytheistic and had mostly goddesses, along with, never mind. You do that.
Matt, wake up.